2011, Somalia suffered its worst famine in more than 50 years. Reeling from the effects of a cycle of violence that has bedeviled the country for more than 2 decades, the famine hit millions of Somalis already struggling to survive. Ravaged by starvation and on the verge of death, Somalis fled to refugee camps and the capital Mogadishu, leading to an unprecedented humanitarian response. At the forefront of these efforts was Qatar Charity. Founded in the Gulf state of Qatar, it maintains a presence in 54 countries across Asia, Africa and Europe, providing humanitarian and development assistance.
Although the scope of Qatar Charity's operation in Somalia was only limited to scholarships, it has expanded with time. A very important step took place when Qatar Charity opened an office in Somalia towards the end of 2007. Since then, Qatar Charity has been working in all the regions in Somalia, specifically in the fields of social cultural development, humanitarian and emergency relief.
The magnitude of the crisis in Somalia marked a turning point for Qatar Charity. With relentless interest and concern for a country that had long been written off, the organization's impact in touching the lives of millions of vulnerable Somalis is enduring. Through partnerships with other local institutions, the charity's Somali chapter continues to play an outstanding role in enhancing its effectiveness and the scope of its reach.
The success of Qatar Charity and its partnership with Mogadishu University is because of its determination to help foster a young, educated generation in Somalia. The students who completed their education under the care of Qatar Charity are now working in various offices around the country. This shows that there is a need to invest in the future, which will definitely lead to better results.
We have a strong bond with Qatar Charity, and we work together on 2 levels. The first one is by sponsoring hundreds of orphan children who study in this school. Qatar Charity also assists us in women welfare programs, where we provide women with income-generating equipment like sewing machines.
We work with Qatar Charity to implement many activities in the country. They've helped us build schools, ranging from primary to secondary schools. We also work with the charity on health matters. In Afgoye, they help us build a maternal and child health center, which is very critical to the people who live there.
Somalia is ranked one of the lowest countries on the Human Development Index. Lacking a central government for over 2 decades, the challenges facing Somalia have multiplied, with many Somalis trudging along impossible circumstances to survive. Lack of schools, employment, shelter, sanitation and the ever-increasing number of dependent and vulnerable people have steepened the country's journey toward sustainable development. To counter this, Qatar Charity has included in its development strategy long-term mechanisms to improve the lives of Somalis all over the country. Some of these projects include construction of health centers, digging of wells and boreholes, building schools, construction of mosques and Quran memorization centers, besides investments with ownership of sewing machines, dairy cows, donkey carts and fishing boats. Qatar Charity has also led the community in rain-seeking prayers, distributed new clothes to orphan children during Eid festivals and slaughtered tens of thousands of goats for poor families. The charity has also been involved in maintaining 3 IDP camps in Mogadishu since the 2011 famine and is now planning to resettle these IDPs into their original areas of residence.
Qatar Charity supports 3 camps in the city. When you put together the number of people who live in all of them, you have an estimate of 1,000 families. We give them monthly food rations. We also supply them with clothes and daily fresh foods like bread. One of the most memorable things I can talk about is seeing the same people who came here very weak and malnourished now looking very happy and their children playing around in the camp.
For the beneficiaries of Qatar Charity's projects, benevolence translates into a new lease of life, an opportunity to rebuild lives devastated by abject poverty and a harsh climate.
Since we started living in this camp, we have not experienced any hardship. We have been assisted and we have been given good food. We now have water, washrooms, and schools too.
Qatar Charity took the responsibility of my nephews and nieces. These were kids whose responsibility had fallen on me. I did not have the strength to do that. That was very important for me. They took care of the livelihood and education of these young orphans. They also took care of my children and helped me educate them.
Yet all is not lost. A new wind of change is slowly breezing over Somalia. Peace, conspicuously absent from the country's recent history, is gradually making a comeback. Known for their legendary resilience, Somalis are slowly picking up the pieces and moving on. As they make that determined walk towards prosperity and well-being, Qatar Charity remains a pillar of strength and a source of support, making life livable.